Hello YouTube, this is Blurred Sci-Fi Gamer. Welcome to Blurred Pokemon Plays, an archive of all of my Pokemon ROM hack development. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back. In this video, we are taking on Koga for the rematch, Elite Four Koga. The rematch battle, Koga will have a full team of 6 with held items. You can find the team he is using in this battle in the description of this video. The rematch battle in general is available as soon as the player gets 16 badges. There is no side quest, no talking to Professor Oak, none of that is necessary. As soon as you get your 16th badge from Blue, you are able to rematch Koga and the updated Elite Four using these rosters. The main difference, as I said before, is that they will have full teams of 6, they will have held items, and they will also be exactly 20 levels higher. You see the level 70 Tentacruel. In the original battle, the first time he took on the Elite Four, that Tentacruel was at level 50. Much more challenging on a level basis, higher stats. However, at this stage in the game, the player has now had access to stat XP, a lot of stat XP, having faced the entire Kanto region, and if you've been following along the playlist, you will have fought many of the gym leaders for rematches, Cal at the trainer house. You've been in a lot of these high leverage battles, and you've faced a lot of Pokemon with high base stats. That means by this point, your team will have a lot of stat experience, or stat XP. Stat experience is the Gen 2 equivalent of the EV system. The difference is there is no limitation on only being able to max out 2 stats. You can max out all 5 stats with stat XP. And the amount that you get is a function of the base stats of the Pokemon you defeat. That's why later in the game, your Pokemon are going to get a very good boost from the stat XP of knocking out a lot of top tier, premier, fully evolved Pokemon. The Elite Four in the rematch battles, other than Champion Lance, the Elite Four has kept their core team of 5. That has been a consistent design philosophy among all the rematch battles in Pokemon Complete Crystal, is that they keep their original core. They don't drop Pokemon. Therefore, you're going to see Koga return his Forretress, Tentacruel, Muk, Crobat, and Venomoth. The only off-type Pokemon from his original set of 5 is the Forretress that he leads with. The rest of his team is at least part poison type. As for tactics, Koga is primarily doing a Toxi-Stall strategy along with moves like Fly and Dig. However, his Muk doesn't really have the support move pool to utilize such a set. Therefore, his Muk is using an all-out attacker set. Sludge Bomb, Fire Blast, Giga Drain, and Explosion. Be very careful when trying to face Muk with a Steel type like my Steelix or a Rock Ground type like Golem. It is packing coverage for those Pokemon. Also be careful with Explosion because in Gen 2, Explosion halves the defense of the target before the damage is calculated. Therefore, it's essentially a 500 base power attack, and coming off of Muk's very high attack stat. Koga's single edition is Espeon. This was chosen. His daughter Janine went with Umbreon. I gave them both an evolution. This is a nice accessible Pokemon that gets some diversity in the evolutions. We saw Will had a Flareon, but it's also there as Espeon is going to act as the hard stop to psychic types, such as your Alakazam. If you roll up in here with an Alakazam, you're going to have to find a way to deal with Espeon, who's going to click Toxic, and then it's going to try to stall your Alakazam with Protect. That feeds into Koga's strategy. Also, another thing that Espeon does is Poison-type Pokemon are immune to Toxic. Therefore, having a fast Psychic type like Espeon just allows it to come in and just sweep through your Poison-type Pokemon. Koga's Venomoth keeps its same set, but also has the same concept here. It's packing Psychic along with Toxic and Fly. Its strategy is it wants to hit you with Toxic, otherwise it's going to go for Psychic. It's going to go for Fly where it makes sense. Fly, in addition to doing damage, allows the Toxic damage to stack. And Venomoth, as well as all bugs that fly now in this ROM hack, are able to learn the move Fly. That is an upgrade from Vanilla. Recover is another upgrade. His Venomoth and Crobat both have it. Recover in this ROM hack stands in for Roost, as well as Slack Off. Therefore, I'm giving these Pokemon a Gen 6+, as in Gen 6 through 9, feel for their moveset while utilizing tools that are available in the Gen 2 engine. That was pretty much the philosophy behind a lot of the decisions in this ROM hack. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and join our community.